Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to a Nikki and Cut. In today's video, I thought we would do something a little different. Let's shake things up a bit. I'm always talking about products that I'm loving, products I plan on picking up. I'm always sharing with you hauls and makeup purchases. So I think we need to balance this out, and I want to share with you new makeup releases that are either almost in store or in store now that I just have no interest in purchasing. So maybe this will help de-influence you, or maybe it will do the opposite. I don't know, but I want to share my thoughts uncut on why I'm not going to pick up these next and newest makeup releases. We're going to kick things off with a bang. We're going to kick things off with a product that I actually saw in person just recently. And to be honest, I was on the fence and I was planning on picking this eyeshadow palette up. But when I touched it and felt the component that it was in, not that it's about the component, but this one really turned me off. When I felt it in person, it made me realize, like, nah, I don't need it. Hard stop. Save your money, Nikki. Don't buy it. The palette that I'm talking about is the $56, which is very reasonable for an eyeshadow palette. $56 Urban Decay. There's a naked warm and a naked cool, but it's the naked shaped, which I also am like tripped out about the name. I don't get the naked shaped. I don't get the name, but that's a total side note. Naked shaped warm tone makeup palette for eyes and face. Now, I also don't really understand how this is going to be used for the face as well. Seeing it in person, this is what it looks like. I'm gonna have Mitch pop it on the screen right here, as well as everything else that I'm talking about, so you can actually see them more up close and personal, not just on my probably dirty phone screen. But this palette in person, for it to be really workable and usable for your face, the pans would just need to be a lot bigger than what I saw and touched in person. Not only that, what got me the most and what made me confident in my decision not to pick this palette up was the fact that when you actually touched it, and again, it's not about the packaging. There could be some incredible, beautiful formulations that are in the cheapest packaging, but when trying to decipher like what I really need to spend my money on versus what I don't need to spend my money on, this was just the straw that broke that camel's back, my camel back, basically. The packaging is very cheap, very thin, very plasticky, and what Urban Decay should have done, just in my humble opinion, is they should have brought back the metal tin component that the original like naked palettes had, right? Like the original one was like the suede felt material that felt really nice, like really luxe, and then they also had a couple or many metal hard palettes that felt like tins and really substantial, felt like good quality, like you were really getting a lot of value and like good stuff for your money, right? This did not feel that way. So this was cheap, very thin, plasticky. And to be honest, it reminds me of like 2010 makeup. Let me show you what the cool tone palette looks like as well. Both color stories, I will say, are really beautiful. Like they're really well done. I believe they're designed in collaboration with actual makeup artists. I would love to know who the makeup artists are that developed or helped develop this collaboration. And also like how big their role was. And if they had to say so in the outer packaging, because the outer packaging is really what kind of just sank the ship for me. So $56, it's nothing groundbreaking. Are they beautiful? Yes, but I don't really understand the shapes in the center. Like, why do we have a circle and then like random shapes and then like the half like shaped pan over here? It's just not useful, and it just leans a lot on the gimmicky side to me. So therefore, I have no desire to pick up either the warm or the cool tone palette from Urban Decay, the new release. If you happen to pick it up and you're like, Nikki, you are so wrong, these palettes are amazing, please feel free to share your thoughts and your thoughts on the palettes in the comments, because I'm open, I'm all ears, and I love to hear your opinions, especially if you've actually used the products and I haven't. Another product, while we're on the topic of Urban Decay, and this is going to be a little bit more controversial, I'm sure, which I get a lot of heat for not liking and not celebrating and not using the Urban Decay All-Nighter Spray. There's just so many other setting sprays that I value and that I use and that I trust and that I grab way, way more than I ever have with the Urban Decay All-Nighter. Is it a cult classic product? Yes. However, it's not anymore because they broke ties and they split up with Skindinavia. So Skindinavia, if you don't know, is a person, or the company, it is a person actually, that came up with this proprietary blend formulation that is put in the all-nighter setting spray formula that we all know and we all pretty much loved, right? So they broke ties, they reformulated it, and I don't really know like the ins and outs of why they broke ties, and I also don't really I don't really have the time to like delve into it, to be honest. But all I know is it's a different formula. They're trying to spin it like it's going to be better. We'll see. If you try it and you have thoughts, again, please share them. I really, really urge you to share them in the comments below because I'm so eager to hear what your thoughts are. But for me, it's going to be a pass. I don't plan on picking up the new reformulated, better, whatever they're calling it, Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. It's $34, and I just love my Charlotte. I love my Vive. I love, so many. I love my One Size. I love the Krylon. Milani. There's just, I have a lot of favorites that are tried and true for me that I love and grab the most. Even like the Anastasia Impeccable Setting Spray, I think is just a really good buy and a really solid setting spray for longevity, especially for oily skin. So I do not plan on picking up any of the renditions of the Urban Decay All Nighter. There's like a vitamin C one, which, okay, there's also like some kind of other one that's pink. I don't even know what that one is, but I don't plan on picking up any of them. I'm going to draw the line in the sand. I am done. I have plenty of setting sprays that I recommend and love even more. So that one's a no for me. Another product that's going to be a no for me is, and I thought about this, and honestly, I'm just going to put this out there with any of these products. Let's just say they happen to be sent to me in PR after this video is up and uploaded, which I would be shocked if they're sent to me in PR after this video is like aired into the universe. But if it happens, I will of course test them. I'll give you my thoughts, but I just don't plan on picking them up and purchasing them with my money. So this product though, I will say I was on the fence, and what really has kind of tipped me over the edge is I don't need another setting powder, even though I love powders. I am a powder girl over here. I rely on powders. I'm obsessed with them. But this powder just doesn't speak to my skin type. And here's why. I am talking about the Saie Undetectable Baked Setting Powder. To me, Saie is just not really my preferred brand. They don't really make products that I gravitate towards very often. I do love their powder blushes. I think they're beautiful. Their liquid blushes are really nice too. They have nice lip gloss. They have that liquid illuminator that's also really, really nice and really beautiful. And I actually keep that in my professional makeup kit. But most of the products are just a little underwhelming for me and for like just my makeup aesthetic. The reason why I'm really not picking this up is because if a powder is marketed as undetectable, to me, I'm going to deem that a little bit more useless. Just my opinion. I have oily skin. I like to have a smoothing effect. I like to have a blurring effect when I'm using powder. To me, that's the whole point. And the whole point also in using powder is to create a longevity with your makeup looks, right? It's to lock your makeup in so you could go about your day and not worrying about your makeup slipping and sliding throughout the day. To me, if a powder is labeled undetectable, it's just not going to give me what I'm looking for, what I'm really desiring when it comes to both a setting powder, both pressed and loose. So for that reason, I am not going to pick up the $32 Saie powder. I'll pop it right here so you can check it out. There's 5 shades to choose from. $32 is very, very reasonable. And I'm just not into it. It's talc-free, lightweight, translucent. It's supposed to set makeup undetectably for 8 hours while smoothing, brightening, and blurring your complexion. The finish is natural. This also has hyaluronic acid and squalene. I don't want really those products in, or those ingredients really in my powder, because I have oily skin, and both those products or both those ingredients are going to produce like more moisture and more shine on my complexion. So to me, it's just not going to be for my skin type. However, I don't want to derail you if you have dry skin, like very dry skin, dry sensitive skin, or dry mature skin, because if that is your description and you want something that's really, really, really natural, and you typically hate powders for, those reasons, you don't want them to feel heavy on your skin, then this powder might really speak to you, and it might be a really great product for you. So if you fit that category, and if that sounds like you, then I actually encourage you to pick it up, and I would love to hear your thoughts if you try it and how it's worked for you. But for oily skin like me, it's going to be a pass. Okay, speaking of powders, another one that I don't plan on picking up, and I really love this brand, but I sadly don't plan on picking up the True Enlightenment Soft Focus Skin Finish Powder from LYS. The reason why, and probably one of the number one reasons why, is to me this shape of the pan is just not conducive to getting a nice even application of powder on your skin. Yeah, could you line up a powder puff perfectly in that triangle? I'll pop it right here. Totally. It just, once you start to get below, like once you start to hit pan in any kind of compact, let me just show you, for example, if I can. Like once you start to hit pan, which I am not in this product clearly, but once you start to hit pan in the circle, you want to be able to have an even area to get the rest of the product with either your sponge, your powder puff, your makeup brush, right? You want to be able to get in there and get the rest of the product. And to me, when you're dealing with this triangle shape, how are you going to get this inner corner and these outer corners evenly without therefore wasting the remainder of the product once you start to hit the pan? Those are just my inner thoughts. Price point is amazing. It's only $22, as is most stuff with LYS. Their price point is very, very, very reasonable. And again, I love a lot of their stuff. Their foundation stick's amazing. Their bronzer is one of my favorites, and I love their cream blushes because they're really amazing for oily skin. However, this one is just going to be a no for me. So I'm going to skip that one from LYS. And what else am I skipping? Skipping for sure, because I am just fatigued when it comes to tinted lip oils, tinted lip balms, tinted lip glosses, just all those kind of products, because I did a whole haul where I purchased every single tinted lip oil and every single tinted lip balm that is sold at Sephora. Because of that, I am sitting on a lot. So I do not plan on picking up the Glossier Lip Glaze Hydrating Cooling Sheer Lip Oil. That comes in 6 shades. It's $22. And it's just nothing that's exciting me. So I'm not going to be picking this up from Glossier. If you do, pick it up. Let me know what your thoughts are. Type them all out below and don't leave anything out. Another product I'm planning on skipping, I just really have no interest in, is the Tarte Maracuja, because everything is maracuja. Everything is maracuja. Tarte Maracuja. It's like Tarte Maracuja, Tarte Maracuja. It's always Tarte Maracuja something. Multi-stick cream blush stick and lip tint with hyaluronic acid. To me, this looks like just a tinted chapstick, which we've seen done a million times. My favorites are from Girlactic, personally. So sorry, I'm just going to pick up a Girlactic one any day of the week over the Tarte one. And could you use this on your cheeks? And is that great? You can use it as a cheek and a lip. Totally, but I'm just overall burnt out, and I don't feel like Tarte is doing anything interesting, at least to me. Sorry, that might sound a little mean, but I'm going to pass on this one. So this is what it looks like. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shades to choose from. It's $30, and I will be passing on that. Speaking of blushes, I have a few blushes left to talk about. This one I kind of debated picking up because I have seen a lot of people that I love and whose work I love using these NYX blushes, and they look really, really beautiful. But ultimately, I know me, and I know I don't love a buttery, balmy, buttery great actually, but balmy is where you lose me. If you're describing your blush as like balmy, then it's just not going to be my cup of tea. It's just not going to be my jam. So for that reason, I am definitely skipping the Summer Fridays Blush Butter Balm Hydrating Cream Blush with Peptides. This bad boy right here, it's $26, very reasonable, cute packaging. The shades look really pretty, and this is actually one of the reasons why I debated whether or not I should pick this up, because the shades looked really, really beautiful and really unique. For example, look at Toasted Terracotta. Like, that's just screaming my name. However, I want to just skip this release. It's just not gonna be for my skin type. With my oily skin, I just don't like a balmy texture because then my hair sticks to it and then I look like a grease ball throughout the day. So I will be skipping this one from Summer Fridays, as well as the $28 Too Faced Cloud Crush Whipped Lip and Cheek Blush. That's just not getting me, you know? Not that they're bad, they look pretty, the shades look pretty, and there's actually 8 shades to choose from for $28, but I will be skipping this one from Too Faced and calling it a day, even though I know my niece would love to put that on her face. I'm going to skip it. The other products I'm going to be skipping as well because of the price point, okay? The price point is like, it's bad. It's Sarah Creole, so you know it's going to be expensive, but $40 for a high glide peptide lip gloss is going to be a no for me. Now, there's 2 different finishes to choose from. There's a high shine and a shimmer. 2 shimmers to choose from and 4 high shines for $40. I am absolutely going to be skipping the no further questions High Glide gloss. This one's just going to be a pass for me. $40. I would rather go pick up a bunch of lifter glosses, both in the plump and the regular ones. They're incredibly moisturizing and very like emollient on your lips, and they feel really conditioning and nice, and they're under $10. So, and they're amazing. So if you haven't tried them, highly recommend them. They're amazing. They're so, so good. So Sarah Creel, sorry, I'm going to be passing on this one for sure. Another product that is so expensive for 4 eyeshadows. You only get 4. Okay, now I know Hourglass has a really high price point. They've always been on a very, 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 very prestigious high price point, like out the gate. And I'm used to it. There are certain things I will gladly buy for their high price point. Gladly. I like their lipsticks, and I think that the ambient lighting palettes are an absolute must-have if you wear makeup or if you're a makeup artist. Like, you absolutely have to try those, and I've gifted them to so many of my friends. I've always kept them in my pro kit. They're phenomenal, and I will gladly spend every single dollar it takes to get those palettes. This, on the other hand, is the new Hourglass Curator eyeshadow palettes. There are 6 different quads to choose from, but for $68, I just don't get it. So $68 gets you just one of these tin pan palettes they're just really nothing spectacular. Like, are they pretty? Absolutely. Am I really drawn towards this one called the Expressionist? Yes. And also, I gotta say, the Futurist looks beautiful, the Idealist looks beautiful, but I just can't justify spending the $68. I would rather save my money and start buying some more luxury makeup to test out and do like a fun video and put my money towards that than this, because this is just very underwhelming to me, and it's just not new, it's not really innovative, and it's just not really exciting. Now, full disclosure, I do plan on testing out the new Louis Vuitton makeup that is just being released as this video is posting. That the preview of that makeup is going to be coming out, and I will be doing a test try on of that product, and those products are being released. And those are astronomically expensive. So do I sound hypocritical? Probably, but I would just rather try something a little bit more new and just more innovative, like the Louis Vuitton makeup, and just do something fun than spend $68 on a quad palette that's just kind of meh. Just kind of meh. That's all. Just my personal opinion. Now, a few other products I want to pull up that I have no interest in picking up are products that are going to be, I believe, at Ulta Beauty. And also, just one more thing about Glossier that I actually forgot to talk about. The new Glossier liquid illuminators. Not going to pick these up. To me, Glossier is just veering too much on the natural side, and they're just not high performance enough for like my aesthetic and what I like and what I look for with makeup products. I'll be skipping the Glossier ones, but I do have a ton of interest in picking up the ones that are coming out from MAC. MAC Cosmetics has always done a killer job of liquid illuminators, highlighters, both powder, both cream, liquid, whatever it is. They do an amazing job, and their formulations are usually top notch. So I do plan on picking up their liquid illuminators and definitely skipping the Glossier. Last but not least, a new release that I'm just a little confused about because it just doesn't, it doesn't fit like the makeup industry that we're in now. It doesn't fit the style that we're in right now. It just doesn't fit the times. It just feels very dated. It feels very like 2008. It's the new liquid shadows from Stila. So Stila, they've just done these so many times over the last 20 years, and I just would really love to see someone step in at Stila and take the reins and do something really fun and really creative and like bring them into 2025, going into 2026, because this year is flying by. But this just doesn't scream innovation. It's not new and it's not exciting. So I will absolutely not be picking these up. And they're just not something I would ever wear unless it's like Halloween season, or if I'm going to like a themed birthday party or something. I don't know. They just seem kind of like, really? Why? What? In August? Why? Maybe New Year's Eve, but like, I don't see it. So those are the new releases that I have no interest picking up, and I hope you found this video helpful. It's not to bash anything. It's not to be dramatic. It's just to give you my honest opinion, because some of these products, like I mentioned, you are asking me to try out, and I just want to be fully honest with you. I plan on saving my money and putting it towards the Louis Vuitton makeup, which sounds so ridiculous, but I want to be fully honest with you. Like, I do plan on picking those products up. So I'm going to save some money when I can on these releases. And hopefully you understand my mindset and the girl math that's mathing up here, because to me, the math is mathing. Anyway, leave your comments and thoughts below. If you try any of these products, if you have them in your cart, and if you plan on picking them up, tell me the reason why. And if you have tried them, tell me the reason why I should get them and why I'm wrong. Either way, I would love to hear your thoughts, so leave them in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this uncut. I hope you enjoyed hearing my uncut thoughts on these new releases, and I hope you found them helpful. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye.